medalist from Japan, Daisuke Takahashi. And bronze medalist from the United States of America, Ross Minor. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together one more time for the medalists and new four continents champions. We bring Adam LeBron back up onto the stage. And folks, it is now your portion of it. We're going to have a question and answer session where you get to ask the athletes. We have a person right here. If you have a question, please raise your hand. And two microphones. Yes, go ahead.
Patrick, do you feel you are completely superior to Daisuke? If so, you betray what point? And if there's anything you feel inferior to Daisuke, what is that?
I think Daisuke and I have very similar skating skills, and technically we're very much the same too. For us, it's all about, honestly, it's about who's on their game on the day that it counts. And I definitely learned a lot from Daisuke. A lot since I grew up. And I remember when I was a junior, I just started competing in the Grand Prix series, and I didn't do well. And my team leader said, "Oh, don't worry, Daisuke has gone through that time before. You're one day going to be as good as Daisuke." And he's been an inspiration for me, and I really wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for him and the way he skated. And I just remember watching him my whole entire life in the senior circuit and at the World Championships.
Another question.
Yes. I have a question for Daisuke. I heard that you prepare a lot for competing in higher altitude rather than training for technical elements. So what actually have you done in terms of training for higher altitude? And also for Ross and Adam, if you happen to have an experience in competing in higher altitude, I want you to answer the same question.
So the question is about higher altitude.
What did you do?
What did you do actually? Because
What did you actually do to prepare for higher
trained
altitude?
a lot for higher altitude, so I want to know what actually you have done.
What you actually did to train for higher altitude.
And also,
I guess Japanese is expensive. とりあえず練習時間は長く取れないんで、時間がまず長かったは、僕らも普段は1回しかランクルーしないことを3、4回、だからランクルしてはパートでまたそれにプラス戻る練習して、技術よりもとりあえず体力が与えます。
It's really very healthy.
I couldn't extend the length of the practice time, so it was the same as 1 hour and a half all the time. But I was trying to increase the routine to usually I do once, then I use 3 times to prepare to get energy level higher for the prepare for running.
Okay, and we'd like to have the gentleman from the United States, how did you train for the higher altitude, if at all?
Well, this competition was so close to our national championships that, getting ready for nationals, I think a lot of us, I think for sure Ross and I had in the back of our minds that we needed to be ready to go to 4 continents right away because we got home and we only had a few days to train. So getting ready for nationals, it was just doing a lot of numbers and knowing that we put the training in to skate well and at the altitude, we're just going to be a little bit of mind over matter.
Russ Finder, how did you train for it?
I definitely agree that a lot of time between our national championships and before conference championships, so we definitely have to prepare a little bit beforehand, get ready for the possibility that we would be out. And at the end of the day, it's just about making sure you're mentally comfortable and you can push yourself all the way through the marathon.
Actually, you couldn't let me finish the question. So basically, and after the competition is over, what did you feel? You were out of breath or you're having some trouble?
So how did you feel after competition? Let's start with the U.S. Well, actually, let's start with Patrick Chan, who trains here.
Yes.
I'll just answer for everyone. You're pretty much dead. You don't feel like moving, and your legs are cramping really badly. You have a really bad cough sometimes. You get like an asthma attack, so it's a typical syndrome. I had a headache after because I didn't have enough water. So yeah, so you're pretty much on the verge of death, but so I think we all felt the same. We all agree that we all felt that.
And I can attest to that as amazing, Patrick, as your performance was on the ice last night, doing the 4-minute interview with me without going into a huge topic fit like you had been doing the 10 minutes prior may have been even more impressive. It was certainly very out of breath. Other questions for our athletes? We got a little microphones set up in the back, and we have time for just a couple more questions. Anybody else want to answer over here in the corner? Go ahead.
I have a question. I think there's a tennis always they would like to have it in the exhibition, and I want to see the exhibition yet because I'm more political.
What did you vote for?
In the Paris.
So this morning I asked my Twitter followers what they wanted to see in the exhibition. So I looked back at the replies, and this morning I gave them my rock on and off exhibition because I had a lot of tweets for them, so I just gave them an exhibition.
Okay. We're talking about 1 or 2, maybe more questions. Anybody else? Anybody else? A chance for you to interact, ask questions with the gentleman. I'll like to pipe in. How long do we? Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have one? Okay. If she doesn't know Patrick, I have one for all of you. That's fine.
Do you have a confidence in winning in the World Championship in Greece?
I feel pretty good about Worlds. I learned a lot here in Colorado Springs. This whole season's a bit tougher than last season. Last season it was a lot easier, I would say, a lot smoother. Here I was actually quite nervous going into the long program, so I was quite unsure and unconfident about myself. So I learned a lot. I learned a lot of good lessons about being for the World Championship, so I feel pretty good.
How about ice skiing?
I also want to parlay into that as well. How long do you guys get a chance to just kind of appreciate this, and when you start focusing on Worlds? What was that, Russ?
Back over the world.
So you get to celebrate this for... Okay. So I guess the question is, how long do you focus on this? When do you start really focusing on Worlds?
I'm actually going to go to skiing next week, so I think I get to celebrate for a little bit, and then we have about 4 weeks before Worlds, so we just quite a bit of time, so I'm going to come back maybe 3 weeks before Worlds and then next week.
If you listen carefully, you can hear most of Canada gasp when they said you were going skiing. Be careful.
I'll be in the bubble.
Okay.
Wrap my hair in the bubble.
I'm going to go to Detroit after the competition, and then I'm going to change the competition back to home. But
We're on.
thank you. And I think I just need the flex. I need to work hard. That's it.
Well, it's been such a long, 2 weeks with nationals and then 4 continents, so I'm really looking forward to taking kind of 1 or 2 days off just to kind of regroup and then getting ready for the World Championships. I think this is a great step forward, and I'm excited to compete in this.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause. The top man, the 2012 ISU for Conference Championships. We're going to have guys sit around for a few minutes for some autographs. Let's get these kids. I'm getting a picture with them. I'm not going to know that they didn't want me to be up on stage for a picture, but we're going to get this. Just for the folks who are up here, I want to let you know that these gentlemen will be signing some autographs for a little while, but they do have other engagements to get to. So they will be signing autographs for a few minutes, most important things.
Fantastic. Now you're celebrities.
おお、何分間か。
As we wrap it up here, one more time, round of applause for the top men in the 2012 ISU Four Continents Championships.
Oh, いいね。ねえ。めちゃくちゃ可愛い。私切れちゃった。かわいい。